Hello everyone. Can we hear me? I'm trying out a new mic setup, so feedback on whether I am too loud, too quiet is very useful. So please feedback as to whether you can hear me in the comments. Okay, I'm not going to say anything more until I know that you guys can hear me, because if you can't, it's incredibly awkward for me to keep talking. So I'm just going to sit here and drink my wine. You can hear me. Good. It's not drinking alone if you're on live stream, because you're drinking with all the people listening. Okay. You all can hear me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start by saying hello. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all surviving in lockdown and coping as best you can, looking after yourselves, looking after the people that you are isolating with, etc., etc. Yes, it is a difficult time, but maybe we can cheer things up with some music. I'm going to start with something that's not a request or or from the album, just to check that the audio is working good for singing and guitaring. And if I get a good response, then I'll carry on with going through the stuff from the album. So, this is a song called Fooled Me Twice. There's an empty space you were meant to fill with I love you too. It grows inside my heart every time you hold my hand, but what can I do? We both know you're only here for the fleeting sensation. You want my heart, you wanna be my inspiration. We both know that you're never gonna love me. We both know I don't mind. We both know we are heading for disaster. We both know I'm choosing to be blind. Because you never gave me a choice with that little half smile and the crystal voice. Shame on me, cause you're fooling me twice, but it feels nice. Yeah, you never gave me a choice with that little half smile and this crystal voice. Shame on me, cause you're fooling me twice, but it feels nice. There's a question here that I tried to ask, but it slipped away. Is this history coming round again? Tell me what has changed. We both know that all you are doing is pretending. We both know that we don't get to have a happy ending. We both know that you're never gonna love me. We both know I don't mind. We both know we are heading for disaster. We both know I'm choosing to be blind. Because you never gave me the choice with the little half smile and the crystal voice. Shame on me, cause you're fooling me twice, but it feels nice. Yeah, you never gave me a choice with your little half smile and the crystal voice. Shame on me, cause you're fooling me twice, but it feels nice. Yeah, you never gave me the choice with that little half smile and the crystal voice. And it's shame on me, cause you're fooling me twice. Shame on me. Shame on me. Okay. Looks from the comments like sound is good. Oh, if you like my t-shirt, I saw some love for the t-shirt in the comments. I designed it. You can buy it on my Redbubble. See, look at this. I'm doing multi-purpose advertising or something. Yeah, I have a Redbubble and I occasionally put designs on there. Chaos Creator is one of them, and you could have your own. Right. I released an album today. If you haven't already listened to it, it's on my Bandcamp. My distributing site that I use is slowly putting it onto things like Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube and Google Music and all those other good places. So if Bandcamp is not your venue of choice, then there will be more on other platforms, and I will put it on Twitter when that happens. But I'm going to go through the album now. The first song, Tell Me If You Dare, is from a perspective of one of my live-action roleplay characters, which is something you can say for a lot of my songs, and it's not much to say for it other than it's very bitter and angry, which is something I like to put into my songs. And it would help if I started with the right timing. Did you come to me looking for sympathy, really? Did you come to me to pour your troubled heart? He doesn't love me, what do I do? Oh, how hard for you. You come to me before, where do I start? Tell me how it feels, my dearest darling love. Tell me how it feels to be discarded. Tell me how it feels to be second best, to spend every day being broken hearted. Tell me how it feels, my one and only, to never be cared for except when you're required. To know someone's using you but loving them anyway. To watch them at the flames to your fire. Did you come to me looking for empathy? Really? Did you think I would help you with your grief? Did you think I'd be blind to the irony? Honestly, your self-absorption just denies belief. Tell me how it feels, my dearest darling love, to finally be walking in my shoes. Tell me how it feels to be second best, to know whatever choices you can only lose. Tell me how it feels, my one and only. Tell me like I'm not so painfully aware. Tell me all these feelings unrequited. Tell me if you dare. Did you think I'd play the nice guy, take the opportunity to comfort and caress, use you like you use me? No, I will not suffer your distress. Did you think I'd be the saviour, tell you all the things that you needed to hear? You came to me too late, I've waited too long. I will not suffer you, my dear. Tell me how it feels, my dearest darling love. Tell me how it feels to be discarded. Tell me how it feels to be second best, to spend every day being broken hearted. Tell me how it feels, my one and only. Tell me like I'm not so painfully aware. Tell me all these feelings unrequited. Tell me if you dare. Ooh, it is warm in here. But we shall keep going and the wine shall keep us cool. The next song is the title song. This is, just gotta find it. Where is it? So this song I wrote when I was in university in Durham. And I wrote it. The Durham do a Lumiere festival every 2 years, I think, to coincide with Diwali. And it's full of sort of cool light shows and displays with lights, and one of the displays, which I just thought was absolutely wonderful, was on this old abandoned warehouse near the cinema, was this neon light, it was glowing, that said Utopia and was randomly flickering on and off, and I just saw it and completely fell in love with it, and this song came from me thinking about that, which sounds really pretentious, but it's true. In a far-off land there's an empty plain, where there's no rest and there's no rain, a dusty limbo land, an eternity of sand, and we all end up in that desert someday. But there's a dirt track in the distance. If you walk along it long enough, you'll find a place to rest, a place perhaps of comfort, a place to rest your weary head, milk and honey and leavened bread. You crawl along, your mouth so dry, you lift your weary head to see the sight. An ancient roadside diner once, long ago in trade, nearly empty, but it might provide some shade. And the neon light flicks on, flicks off Utopia. There's grease stains on the plastic chairs, but no one knows, 'cause no one's there. There never was, there never will be. And the neon light flicks on, flicks off Utopia. There's grease stains on the plastic chairs, but no one knows, 'cause no one cares. There never was, there never will be. And behind the counter a woman stands, and the food she serves all tastes so bland, but no one can complain. Why would they? They feel no pain, and it's better than the desert and the sand. And she always asks the same old questions. Where are you from? Where are you going to? She'll offer you a drink, some food, she won't ask to be paid. And if you take it, forever you'll be forced to stay. And the neon light flicks on, flicks off Utopia. There's grease stains on the plastic chairs. Who knows, who cares, there's no one there. There never was, there never will be. And the neon light flicks on, flicks off Utopia. There's grease stains on the plastic chairs. Who knows, who cares, there's no one there. There never was, there never will be. The song was also inspired by a story I read as a kid in like a Wendy album or something. Wendy, is that the name? I don't remember. Of some family who went on a road trip and went to a roadside diner that turned into a horror movie, and they got trapped in there, and it kind of stuck with me. I have done Utopia on another live stream. I don't think I did it at the Mex gig, but the Mex gig is now a mad blur in my head, so... No, I don't think I did. No. Right, let's try and remember what is 3 on the album, because I'm super organised and definitely know. Ooh, it's that one. Okay, so I am gonna do a ooh, is this one in my book, or am I gonna have to ooh, I'm gonna have to find this one elsewhere. So the this song I am going to do a pre-watershed version of, because I don't know who's listening on this live stream. There might be some children. I don't want to hear them. I don't want them to hear bad sweary words. So, but I am gonna sing this one today very much because, well, if you are following UK politics, you will know that we're all a bit annoyed at our illustrious Prime Minister today. So this is a song that is today called Duck You, Boris Johnson. I wonder what it's like in your shoes, seeing government as a game of win or lose, where you'll happily sacrifice your pawns to save your king, but your pawns are living people who are suffering. I wonder what it's like to be you, to have been born with that silver spoon, to truly believe that you have the right to rule, because you went to some fancy school. Duck you, Boris Johnson, I'm sick and tired of your ship. You fooled around and fooled us all, now look how the pieces fall. You'll burn the house so you can loot its shell. Duck you, Boris Johnson, go to jail. I wonder what it's like in your head. How do you sleep at night in your feather bed? Do you count the lies like others might count sheep? Do you ever feel the guilt before you fall asleep? I wonder what it's like not to care, as long as you're still getting the lion's share. When your decisions affect millions, but it doesn't bother you, if the people that you lied to have all been screwed. Duck you, Boris Johnson, I'm sick and tired of your ship. You fooled around and fooled us all, now look how the pieces fall. You'll burn the house so you can loot its shell. Duck you, Boris Johnson, go to jail. I wonder what it's like in your shoes, seeing government as a game of win or lose, where you'll happily sacrifice your pawns to save your king, but your pawns are living people who are suffering. Duck you, Boris Johnson, I'm sick and tired of your ship. You fooled around and fooled us all, now look how the pieces fall. You'll burn the house so you can loot its shell. Duck you, Boris Johnson, go to jail. I found that funny. As did everyone else. Right, what's next? After that excellent display of comedy. Yeah, I couldn't decide on jail or gel. I went with gel, but it could be jail quite easily. The next song is Carve It Out With a Knife, which is somewhere in here, because I can't remember any of my own songs, as we know. Here we go, Carve It Out With a Knife. This is another LARPy song, which was written for a character I played at Empire. She was, again, she was angry. Common theme for me. Anger in a beautiful ball gown, she's gonna tear the world down. She's not happy, but we're lucky that isn't what she wants anymore. She knows just how it all goes. Gonna meet a prince, she's seen the show. Riches and love and the stars above, but the princes, they have all shut their door. But she'll carve her ending out with a knife. She'll get all that she was promised, and the people that she cuts, well, they should have known not to be so dishonest, 'cause happy ever after doesn't happen, does it? And no one's gonna catch you when you fall. Better to be bitter with a beautiful lie than happy with nothing at all. So she will carve her ending out with a knife. Blind fury with a pretty smile, she wants someone to beguile. They say that happiness cannot be bought, this could be another wicked lie. Gold digger with a heart of ice, Do you wanna pay the price? The fairy tales are gonna pale in comparison to her glamorous life. But she'll carve her ending out with a knife. She'll get all that she was promised, and the people that she cuts, well, they should have known not to be so dishonest, 'cause happy ever after doesn't happen, does it? And no one's gonna catch you when you fall. Better to be bitter with a beautiful lie than happy with nothing at all. So she will carve her ending out with a knife. She thought the world was lovely once. She smiled without a care. But now her smile is carefully arranged as her hair. She once believed in the power of love. She had a heart and she had it burn. Now her heart's a weapon that you can win but never earn. And she'll carve her ending out with a knife. She'll get all that she was promised, and the people that she cuts, well, should have known not to be so dishonest, 'cause happy ever after doesn't happen, does it? And no one's gonna catch you when you fall. Better to be bitter with a beautiful life than happy with nothing at all. So she will carve her ending out with a knife. Ah. I got too emotional and made myself cough. Okay. Ooh. I like the idea that what I provide is good knife girl content. Thanks, LJ. I like that as a description. Drinking games. So this one, this was from a long time ago. Some of you, I don't know the general age of the people listening to this, but when I was in 6th form, there was general election. And the Lib Dems came out of nowhere doing surprisingly well. And for those of us who were young and excited about politics, it was really quite, it was really exciting. There was this genuine chance that the Lib Dems might actually get into power, and we were all super excited. And then the coalition happened, and I was so bitter about everything. And I wrote this song about it, and I'm still bitter. I live in a constant state of bitterness about politics. It was a more complicated situation than this song makes out. I think that they were in quite a difficult position politically, but I think as a young adult, it really hurt to have that really exciting, hopeful thing happen, and then for it to just sort of disappear into complicated politics. Anyway, this is the song that I wrote about that. They drank from a goblet made of gold, and from it they drink wine 100 years old, and the houses on the edge of the town are falling down. And the people said, this isn't right. And the people said, we have the might to make a change. And now they drink from goblets made of brass. They've painted it silver, but it won't last. And the people on the edge of the town are coming down. And the people said, we have the might. And the people said, we're going to fight to make a change. And now they drink from goblets made of glass. elected people for the working class, but the houses on the edge of the town still falling down. And the people said we have the might, and the people said we have the right, but nothing changed. And the houses on the edge of the town still falling down. And the people said we have the might, and the people said we have the right, but nothing changed. There's quite a bit of angry politics in this album, but then, you know, it's called Utopia. So what I'm doing with my music at the moment is I'm trying to sort of condense the 70-something songs I've written into a bunch of albums and trying to vaguely put them in with similar themes. And this album is generally about looking to the future and thinking about the future in whatever way that might be. And speaking of looking to the future, the next song I wrote when I was in 6th form. I think it's the oldest song on this album. Possibly similar time to Drinking Games. And it was written at a time when I was looking at universities and making university choices, and preparing with my partner at the time to deal with the fact that we were going to be in a long distance relationship, and that was big and scary. It didn't last, but this is where this song came from. This idea of feeling like the decisions you're making about your future, which should be really big and important, are kind of a little arbitrary. That's where this song came from. Staring at the future with nervous laughter, too scared to love, too scared to leave, holding hands too tightly, standing on the edge of the cavern, between what we want and what we need, making choices, ticking boxes. Where are we going? What are we doing here? We say we're happy, but these are not our voices, and all I can feel is fear. Blowing bubbles on my 18th birthday, acting 7 'cause we're scared to act our age. We know that doing this is gonna get us into trouble. Don't wanna know the ending, so we're not gonna turn the page. Making choices, ticking boxes. Where are we going? What are we doing here? We say we're happy, but these are not our voices, and all I can feel is fear. So hold me tight in the night, tell me everything will be alright. Hold me tight and lie. Hold me tight in the night, tell me everything will be alright. Hold me tight and lie. Making choices, ticking boxes. Where are we going? What are we doing here? We say we're happy, but this is not our voices, and all I can feel is fear. I say I'm not scared of the future, but that's because I refuse to think. Run away with me, we could run forever. making choices, ticking boxes. Where are we going? What are we doing here? We say we're happy, but these are not our voices. And all I can feel is fear. Making choices, ticking boxes. Where are we going? What are we doing here? We say we're happy, but these are not our voices. And all I can feel, all I can feel, all I can feel is fear. Yeah, whew. There's some feelings in that one. There's a lot of this is a very feelingsful album. I do have an album in the works which is largely funny songs about animals. So don't worry anyone who was late to the live stream. This will be saved and left on my YouTube for a couple of weeks so people can take a look if they desperately want to. That was the thing, yeah, no, I am planning an album which will have things like Comrade Blebs and Friends and The Wasp and the Bee and some other more fun songs I've done, so fear not, it won't all be heavy feelings, but there will be a lot of heavy feelings. This is a LARP song. My character's boyfriend died and she wasn't very happy about it. That's it. They told me time would heal the pain, so I took the spring from every watch, smashed every hourglass, and threw away the sand I liked. The pain it tastes like barbed wire and forest fur, cutting me with red-hot steel, the way you used to do. And I don't want these scars to fade, I don't want these scars to fade. They are the last of you, and I won't let you slip away. I don't want these scars to fade, I don't want these scars to fade. They are the last of you, and I will not let you slip away. Every time you close my eyes, you're there, screaming your last breath. If I could, then I would sew them shut just to be with you again. We danced a spinning dance, wrath mixed with blind desire. Never thought that it could end, I'm not sure if it did. And I don't want these scars to fade, I don't want these scars to fade. They are the last of you, and I won't let you slip away. I don't want these scars to fade, I don't want these scars to fade. They are the last of you, and I will not let you slip away. Don't tell me he's in a better place, there's nowhere better than my arms. I will not think positive, I will not cope, I will not carry on. And I don't want these scars to fade, I don't want these scars to fade. They are the last of you, and I won't let you slip away. I don't want these scars to fade, I don't want these scars to fade. They are the last of you, and I will not let you slip away. Yeah, so that was a super fun song. Speaking of super fun songs, going straight on to Forever, which is the next track on the album. This was a LARP song. It's a song I wrote that I thought was about LARP. And then I looked back on it a few years later and I was like, damn, Risha, it took you so long to realise you're depressed. Like, this is a song about depression that I didn't realise was a song about depression when I wrote it. Yeah. I took an office job to pass the time. I put the numbers in the boxes and they fit. I should just quit. I should just quit. I took an office job to pay the rent. The work is easy, but the coffee's bad. It makes me sad. It makes me sad. I wish I could break free. I wish I could stay here forever. I wish I could break free. I wish I could stay here forever. Get up early, turn off my alarm. Plenty of time, no need to rush. No mess, no fuss. No mess, no fuss. I have to leave the house, the rain it falls. Get my umbrella but then leave it by the door. Let the rain pour, just let it pour. I wish I could break free. I wish I could stay here forever. I wish I could break free. I wish I could stay here forever. I seem to remember a different me, who sang and danced how frivolous. What a silly way to be. I think she is somewhere trapped inside. I think it's easier if she is just denied. I wish I could break free. I wish I could stay here forever. I wish I could break free. I wish I could stay here forever. Don't take a drink every time Risha has a LARP song, you get very drunk. But then again, you're adults. Get very drunk if you want. Also, I think this song, the actual recording of it, is the first time I've ever recorded myself playing the recorder, which was a fun experience. I love the recorder. I think it's a beautiful instrument. I think it gets a lot of slack from people talking about little kids playing the recorder, but I happen to think it's a delight, and I have a very nice recorder. Got a fun song finally, after all of that feelings. Thank goodness for that. This song is called Non-Existent Times, and it is an old favourite. I wrote it at university. It is very popular amongst people who I've sung a lot to in public, which is largely my friends and my family. Yeah, I don't have much to say about it other than that. It was kind of written as a parody of folk songs, but also a loving parody. And I started the rhythm wrong. Let's try that again. She sat by the fence in her petticoats gay, waiting for her love on a summer's day. You could tell her affection by a countryman's favour, not by the fact she'd updated on Twitter. Oh, for those non-existent times written down in verses and rhyme, where the maidens are bonny and the men they are bold. That kind of romance, it never grows old. A young man came courting, come down from the city. with roses and lace and garments so pretty. Said I'll buy you a ring when I next get paid. Nowadays he'd just buy you a drink and get laid. All for those non-existent times written down in verses and rhyme, where the men they are bonny and the maidens are bold. That kind of romance, it never grows old. She always knew she would fall for a sailor, and he would bring presents come home from the sea. My love can't bring wages home, let alone presents, 'cause you can't get a job with an anthropology degree. Oh, for those non-existent times written down in verses and rhyme, where the maidens are bonny and the men they are bold. That kind of romance, it never grows old. He said to her, "Madam, in your face is beauty. You're the prettiest maiden I ever did see." She said to him, "Billy, you're the boy I love best. No one says things like that to you and me." Oh, for those non-existent times written down in verses and rhyme, where the men they are bonny and the maidens are bold. That kind of romance, it never grows old. I know all of the songs, I've sung most of them too. Sometimes I hear them when I look at you, but you don't buy me ribbon to go in my hair, 'cause nobody sells it when you go to the fair. Oh, for those non-existent times written down in verses and rhyme, where the maidens are bonny and the men they are bold. That kind of romance, it never grows old. With apologies to Mike, who does have a very good job, but it's funny. I wrote this when we were first dating, actually, when he did not have a job, so it was funnier then. What's next? Oh, the last song on the album, not the last song on the live stream. I'm gonna do more songs after this because I have some requests, and also I want to sing some lighter stuff. This is going to be a yay, cheerful, cheer up people in the lockdown song, and it's just, I forgot how depressing this album is. So this song has an interesting backstory. I was commissioned to write this song about someone's roleplay character who was, if I remember correctly, a trans wood elf in a society where wood elves are very nature-loving, but not very willing to accept trans people. And I was asked to write a song about this, and my initial reaction was pure panic, because I'm a cis woman, and writing a song about a trans narrative is something I felt unsure about doing because I'm not trans. It's not my story to tell. But I thought about it more, and I thought there are parts of that experience that I could write about. The idea of changing from being who you were to being who you are now, and acceptance of that is actually more of a universal experience. So I tried to write about that instead of it being explicitly a trans narrative. And I think I did a good job. So it is a pro-trans rights song, obviously, because I'm a pro-trans rights person, but I think it is a bit more wide than that, if that makes sense. Yes, the song is called Changes. trees change with the seasons, blossom and the autumn leaves, and in the winter barren branches. And it's not the way they choose to be. The sky changes daily, from blue to black, and the clouds they pass over, and you can't get the old sky back. And I know I'm not the sky or the trees, and I know you think there is no place for me. But if they can change, then why can't I be like the river and the trees and the sky? The river you saw yesterday, it's not the river that you see today. It's different fish, it's different water, and yet that river's still the same. And I know I'm not the sky or the trees, and I know that you think there's no place for me. But if they can change, then why can't I be like the river and the trees and the sky? The land you walk on changes, the birds, the beasts and the seas. If you accept that you can't hold that down, why can't I change to be me? And I know I'm not the sky or the trees, and I know that there is no place for me. But if they can change, then why can't I be like the river and the trees and the sky? I am the river and the trees and the sky. Whew. So, that's all the songs from the album. You'll be pleased, I think, to hear. I don't know. That's the album. And I'm just gonna look on the... I know I did a post on the Facebook event asking for requests. And also my mum sent me a bunch of requests, so I'll do those too, don't worry, mum. And I'm gonna have a look and see what those requests were. Oh, Lady Hands. Oh wait, that's not the first request. I missed comments. Dagger in the Night. Yeah. Bit more cheerful. Not like happy, but cheerful. Cheerful. Is murder cheerful? Okay, not cheerful. Not miserable. Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking. Oh, also I'm gonna do Newton the Cyborg after that. So if Michael could make his way up here so he can be the backing for Newton, that would be great. Came to us from a far-off land, escaped from the grip of her oppressor's hand. She was filled with a righteous flame, she would cleanse the world of all its shame. she saw the world in a different light. And all it took was a dagger in the night to make things right. She believed she was justice. She believed that he was a monster. She was the judge and the jury, and she was the executioner. And all it took was a dagger in the night to make things right. All it took was a dagger in the night to make things right. There was a man and he oppressed the poor. It was all legal, but what's a law? A crutch that supported a man so cruel. Why should she care for these unjust rules? But it was not the law she had to fight. And all it took was a dagger in the night to make things right. She believed she was justice. She believed that he was a monster. She was the judge and the jury, and she was the executioner. And all it took was a dagger in the night to make things right. All it took was a dagger in the night to make things right. A young man came to the city's doors, believed her tales, believed her war. He's a good man and a little unsure, murdering and killing, what good is it for? But still the young man understood her plight. All it took was a dagger in the night to make things right. She believed she was justice. He believed that she was a monster. She was the judge and the jury, and she was the executioner. And all it took was a dagger in the night to make things right. All it took was a dagger in the night to make things right. She killed the man for little in the middle of the bar. The young man wondered, was this going too far? Was she a hero, the savior of the town, or a mad woman someone needed to take down? He began to see things in a different light. And all it took was a dagger in the night to make things right. She believed she was justice. He believed that she was a monster. She was the judge and the jury, but he was the executioner. And all it took was a dagger in the night to make things right. All it took was a dagger in the night to make things right. He believed he was justice. He believed that she was a monster. He was the judge and the jury, and he was the executioner. And all it took was a dagger in the night to make things right. All it took was a dagger in the night to make things right. Okay. Whew. That was fun. And now we might do Newton, but Mike might have fallen. Oh no, I hear the door. I hear the door. Mike's coming up. We can do Newton. I require a backing singer, and I have one. It's Michael. And not Frida, who's decided she doesn't want to join us. Okay.
I'm just gonna wait to see if I turn up in the right location.
You do. I'm sure you will. Just gonna.
I didn't realise how much of a time delay this
Yeah,
was on.
there is a massive time delay today. Sometimes the time delay is not this bad, but okay. You have some fans in the chat. They can see you.
Hello. Okay, I'm gonna come more here. Hello, everyone.
It's Michael. Right, we're gonna do. Sorry about the noises outside. The window is open. We're actually gonna get on with singing now. I'm sure you've heard of Newton, a scientist of pedigree. Came up with many physical laws, discovered gravity. But there are some things you don't know, let me see. There are 7 colours in the rainbow, 'cause Newton wanted there to be. In his spare time he secretly studied alchemy. An apple falling on his head is just a fallacy. And also he's a time-travelling cyborg.
Wait, what?
Newton the cyborg's living in Hawaii, proving adequately his first theory. But he is at rest and to stay at rest, and also pick up chicks and drink Bacardi. When he was an MP, he said one sentence, nothing more. And that was 'cause there was a draft and he wanted someone to close the door. Newton's 8th law is there is no Newton's 9th law. Newton's 9th law is, yes there is.
Wait, what?
Newton the cyborg's living in Hawaii, proving adequately his first theory. Bodies at rest tend to stay at rest, and also pick up chicks and drink Bacardi. He predicted the apocalypse 2036 AD, and as he's a time traveler, I'm inclined to agree that maybe that's his cyborg powers hypnotizing me. Also, Newton invented Marmite.
Wait, what?
Newton the cyborg's living in Hawaii, proving adequately his first theory. Bodies at rest tend to stay at rest, and also pick up chicks and drink Bacardi. He's got psychic powers and lasers for eyes. Famous scientist was just a big disguise. He's J.R. Tolkien's ghostwriter, he taught Beethoven to symphonize, and he travels with the mechanisms.
Wait, what?
Newton the cyborg's living in Hawaii, proving adequately his first theory. Bodies at rest tend to stay at rest, and also pick up chicks and drink Bacardi. Thank you for completely distracting me with Dog, who is now just lying on the floor behind me, which is very cute. I hope you all enjoyed Surprise Dog. That is my dog Frida. She is a rescue lurcher. She is very good and likes food.
She is a nonsense.
She is.
Whilst I'm here, do you want to do the other request that would benefit from somebody else's presence?
Which one is that?
Blebs.
Oh God.
That's been requested multiple times
Has
in the
it?
chat.
They're just excited about the idea of Blebs. Oh God, I don't have the chords for this one. Okay. Seeing as... Okay. Right. Comrade Blebs and friends. On the open skies there flies a ship with a most unusual crew. 3 rabbits and an octopus, a mouse and a kangaroo, and a little seal called Comrade Blebs who's really rather new. But when he's with his friends there's nothing he can't do. It's Comrade Blebs and friends.
Blebs and friends!
United till the end.
Till the end!
With adventure around every turn, what exciting new things might they learn together? Comrade Blebs and friends.
Blebs and friends!
Comrade Legs the octopus, she can make anything. Hops, bounce and boing are liberators, look at their sword swing. Squeak always has a brilliant plan, she might know everything. Pouch can fix you up, and Blebs is still not sure where he fits in. It's Comrade Blebs and friends.
Blebs and friends!
United till the end.
Till the end!
With adventure around every turn, what exciting new things might they learn together? Comrade Blebs and friends.
Blebs and friends!
So come and join this motley crew as they fly through the air. Blebs and all his friends and new adventures we can share. Where will we end up this week? What will the new day bring? We'll face it with our friendship, so everybody sing. Comrade Blebs and friends.
Blebs and friends!
United till the end.
Till the end!
With adventure around every turn, what exciting new things might they learn together? Comrade Blebs and friends.
Blebs and friends!
Okay, give me my wine back. That is my wine.
I was using it as a prop.
You were not.
Away!
Okay, back to the requests on the thing. Giant Spider Mountain.
Come on.
More fun, less misery. Where's Giant Spider Mountain? Friends up. Let's try that again. My friends up in a wonderland. My friends have been wandering for nigh on 30 years. Been through dungeons, castles, got my share of souvenirs. I've looted all the corpses of my long-forgotten friends, and now I think it's time that my adventuring should end. So take me back to Giant Spider Mountain, where the zombie goblins are toiling in the sun. Take me back to Giant Spider Mountain, and let me join the zombies when I'm done. When I'm done, when I'm done. Let me join the zombies when I'm done. When I'm done, when I'm done. Let me join the zombies when I'm done. For Giant Spider Mountain is where I was born and bred. Place so full of peace and joy, even when you're dead. The zombies are all so polite, the grass is always green, and honestly, there's not a giant spider to be seen. So take me back to Giant Spider Mountain, where the zombie goblins are toiling in the sun. Take me back to Giant Spider Mountain, and let me join the zombies when I'm done. When I'm done, when I'm done. Let me join the zombies when I'm done. When I'm done, when I'm done. Let me join the zombies when I'm done. The settlers who built our town, they were a little strange. Thought that skulls and midnight black were really all the range. There's gargoyles on the parapets and skeletons and ghouls, but everyone has fun as long as you obey the rules. So take me back to Giant Spider Mountain, where the zombie goblins are toiling in the sun. Take me back to Giant Spider Mountain, and let me join the zombies when I'm done. When I'm done, when I'm done. Let me join the zombies when I'm done. When I'm done, when I'm done. Let me join the zombies when I'm done. When I'm done, when I'm done. Let me join the zombies when I'm done. When I'm done, when I'm done. Let me join the zombies when I'm done. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Right, sorry, it's so warm in here. Ooh, someone's requested the Nightingale's Response, which is very nice because I like that one. Just gotta find it. This, is a LARP song. Everyone who's drinking, every time I do a LARP song, take a drink. You also should have drunk for probably some of the others too. But still, this is actually, so this is a LARP song, but it's also inspired by, so, Steel Eye Span, a folk band, did an album called Wintersmith, based on Terry Pratchett's book Wintersmith, which Terry Pratchett collaborated with them on. And there's a song in that called I Shall Wear Midnight, which is from the point of view of Tiffany Aching talking to Terry Pratchett about why he put her through the things he put her through. And it's a really good song. If you do anything after this stream, go and listen to the whole of the Wintersmith album because it's amazing. But it gives a lot of feelings to people who do roleplay, thinking about their own characters and what they put their own characters through. And when I finally killed off one of my characters who I'd been playing for about 3 years, I wrote this song partially inspired by that song from the Wintersmith album. And it's called The Nightingale's Response. You breathed your life into me and you breathed in all your flaws. You've demanded that I try so hard to be loved and adored. Yet you complained when I consumed you so we could achieve our goals. I can't help that I outgrew you, I can't help you lost control. And you wore me like a mask, and you fit the mask so well. And and you let me feel heaven, and you dragged me through hell, and now I'm trapped inside the pages of your pretending, asking why couldn't I have a happy ending? You told me not to fall in love, and still you let me fall. And then you made me walk away. Did you have no heart at all? It's not my fault I cried your tears, wrapped your love around your heart. You chose to help me rise, so when you let me fall apart, and you wore me like a mask, and you fit the mask so well, and you let me feel heaven, and you dragged me through hell, and now I'm trapped inside the pages of your pretending, asking why couldn't I have a happy ending? And now you're standing over me as I lie pale on the floor. Struck me down without a reason, don't you tell me you were bored. I did everything you wanted, clawed my way up to the top. We could have had the things we dreamt of, why did you make me stop? And you wore me like a mask, and you fit the mask so well, and you let me feel heaven, and you dragged me through hell, and now I'm trapped inside the pages of your pretending, asking why couldn't I? And you wore me like a mask, and you fit the mask so well, and you let me feel heaven, and you dragged me through hell, and now I'm trapped inside the pages of your pretending, asking why couldn't I have a happy ending? I don't know, speaking of, if you want another song with a similar theme, show of hands on their album, what's their album called? On one of their albums have a song called Ink Devil, which has a similar theme, the idea of writing something that gets away from you. Can't remember which album. It's the album that has Roots on it, but I forget which album that is. There's not many songs with that theme, but I remember the ones there are, because it's quite a specific theme. What else is on the list of things people wanted? Sky, which I know two people requested, one of which was my mother, so I guess I probably have to do it. No, I love Sky. It's pretty. One day I will have recorded all of these songs. It will not be anytime soon, because there are so many. But I think I might do a more cheerful album next, for sure, because, yeah. The house is too large without you, like I could get lost in the walls. The city's too loud and the dance is too fast and the buildings are too tall. The sky is too big for me. I need you here like I never thought I would. And I'm wishing that you could see just how I feel, but I don't think that you should. And the whole world is smiling at me. They think I'm the belle of the ball. A Cinderella fairy tale's a precarious thing. I've got everything and nothing at all. The sky is too big for me. I need you here like I never thought I would. And I'm wishing that you could see just how I feel, but I don't think that you should. Thought I wanted to be flying, now I'm here, it feels like falling. You're the only thing that's keeping me off the ground. I should not have done this to you, it's too late, now what can I do? I should tell you, but how would that sound? And why should you believe it a second time around. The sky is too big for me. I need your hair like I never thought I would. And I'm wishing that you could see just how I feel, but I don't think that you should. The sky is too big for me. I need your hair like I never thought I would. And I'm wishing that you could see, but I don't think you should. I don't think that you should. And the last one I have as a request tonight is Wasp and the Bee, also requested by my mother, who is apparently watching this on the big screen at home, which is exciting to know. And see my terrible quality webcam in all its glory. Ooh, more wine for me. I think Mike's phone just buzzed somewhere in this room, which is very confusing because Mike, your phone might be in here. Something buzzed. Anyway. The bee was sweet, they buzzed up and down the street, taking all the pollen from the flowers. And the wasp nearby buzzed at all the passers-by, being cranky, sharp and sour. The bee said, "Wasp, you are making people cross, stop being such a terror." And the wasp said, "Bee, you are not the boss of me, I shall buzz and sting whoever." Love is never simple as black and white, though it's sometimes black and yellow. Though the wasp and the bee act so differently, they're like ice cream and jello. It's biologically wrong, but hey, this is just a song. And the wasp and the bee are a metaphor. They went to the park and the wasp had such a lark. There were kids with sweets and ice cream. But the bee said, "Wasp, flowers come with lesser cost and people won't think you're mean." The wasp said, "Oh please, pollen only makes me sneeze. I like candy, you like honey." And the bee, it smiled, said, "You're acting like a child, but you know it's rather funny." Love is never simple as black and white, though it's sometimes black and yellow. Though the wasp and the bee act so differently, they're like ice cream and jello. It's biologically wrong, but hey, this is just a song. And the wasp and the bee are a metaphor. And then a dog came by, and the bee a chance to spy. It gave chase, caused such a terror. And the wasp, it rose, stung the poor dog on the nose, saying, "Buzz off, you stupid fella." A blushing little bee said, "Did you do that for me?" And the wasp, it mumbled, "Maybe. You are far too kind to be scared out of your mind." And the bee said, "You're a sweetie." Love is never simple as black and white, though it's sometimes black and yellow. Though the wasp and the bee act so differently, they're like ice cream and jello. It's biologically wrong, but hey, this is just a song. And the wasp and the bee are a metaphor. And so off they flew, each of them with something new, sharp and soft and sweet and sour. The wasp and the bee make a happy family, living in amongst the flowers. But love is never simple as black and white, though it's sometimes black and yellow. Though the wasp and the bee act so differently, they're like ice cream and jello. It's biologically wrong, but hey, this is just a song. And the wasp and the bee are a metaphor. The wasp and the bee are a metaphor. The wasp and the bee are a metaphor for you and me. The wasp and the bee are a metaphor. Whee! I'm now out of requested songs. I'm going to keep singing for a bit more though. Probably not too much more because my voice will eventually disappear. What else shall I sing? could sing. I'm gonna sing some more from the album I think I'm vaguely planning next, which will be the Comrade Blebs and Friends album. I'm gonna sing a couple of other songs from that, kind of test the waters. One of which is a song I wrote for a LARP. Yes, I know. All of my songs are songs from LARP. This is a song about song from the point of view of a religious person in a religion of the undead, so a religion whose god is a god of necromancy, and it's kind of done in the style of a traditional church hymn. I thought this was very funny at the time. I've no idea if I can remember the chords to this, so this is going to be a bit of an experiment. When I am dead, I shall rise up, brave boys. When I am dead, I shall rise up, brave boys. And I shall fight as I have fought. Rise up, brave boys, but with no fear, fight like I ought. I shall rise up, brave boys. I shall rise up, I shall rise up. I shall rise on my Lord's wings. I shall rise up, I shall rise up. Rise with the greatness that death brings. And I shall win as I have won. Rise up, brave boys. And when I win, I shall walk on, I shall rise up, brave boys. There'll be no pain, no weary breath. Rise up, brave boys. When you are dead, no fear of death. I shall rise up, brave boys. I shall rise up, I shall rise up. I shall rise on my Lord's wings. I shall rise up, I shall rise up. Rise with the greatness that death brings. So do not cry if I should fall. Rise up, brave boys, but watch me rise again so tall. I shall rise up, brave boys. And if you have the strength like me, rise up, brave boys. Follow me to eternity. I shall rise up, brave boys. I shall rise up, I shall rise up. I shall rise on my Lord's wings. I shall rise up, I shall rise up. Rise with the greatness that death brings. So yeah, just like imagine if your church was like, becoming a zombie is a good thing. That's what the song is trying to evoke. I'm not convinced by it, but I kind of like it. It's fun. What else is going to end up on this comedy album? Well, comedy-ish album. Oh, there's still going to be sad songs. I'm not a... looked at one of the songs and it claims to have B7 chords. I can't play a B7 chord. What's that doing in there? But we do also have The Fair, which is, which I can play. I'm gonna have to learn B7 chords to record this album. Unreasonable. I think this is because I got someone else to figure out the chords to that song, and they did chords I can't actually play. Come to the fair, see the parade. Don't look over dismayed. The snake will sell you a potion that will change the way that you see. Is it up, is it down, a smile or a frown? Who do you want to be? Come to the fire, see the parade. Don't look over there, do not be dismayed. The bear and the ostrich are dancing. If you're brave, why don't you join in? If you'd only let go of the you that you know, you might enjoy what's within. The owl will sell you a glittering gem that you'll find you don't want to let go. It's a beautiful thing, won't you just let it in? Let the power over you grow. Come to the fire, see the parade. Don't look over there, do not be dismayed. The hedgehog, she has candy floss on her back. It promises it will do no harm, and the sugary taste it will let you escape. My dear, do not be alarmed. The tune that the monkeys are playing, you'll find that it's got in your head, and you can't get it out, though you scream and you shout, so you might as well just dance instead. Come to the fire, see the parade. Don't look over there, do not be dismayed. Oh, that song was about LARP too, Drink Up. Though technically it's about a thing my friend wrote about a LARP, but still. Yeah, I couldn't not write a song about a creepy fair with animals selling you drugs. It's very inspirational. I'm gonna do one more of my songs, and then I'm gonna finish with my usual finishing song, and then I'm gonna leave. This is another song that will hopefully be on that Comrade Blebs album. It's called Brick to the Face, and it's sort of a LARP song, but it's sort of a song about that certain glorious type of femininity that's like pink and flowery and bubbly, but also very dangerous. Kind of Mabel from Gravity Falls, possibly Effie Trinket from Hunger Games. The evil version of this is Umbridge. It's that kind of vibe. I'm sugar, I'm sweet, I'm gonna knock you off your feet. I'm fluffy, I'm pink, you wanna mess with me, better stop to think. Once a little look from me could change the course of history. And even if you're wicked and vile, you haven't got a chance against my cheerful smile. I'm like a brick to the face, wrapped in flowers and lace. I'm gonna be so nice, you are gonna have to think twice. I'm like a hurricane, gumdrop hail and cherry rain. I'm gonna be so kind, you are gonna have to change your mind. I'm gentle, I'm pure, and my foot is firmly in the door. I'm honest, I'm true, and you're gonna do what I tell you to. Don't you ever make me sad, you know the guilt would drive you mad. And if you ever made me cry, it'd break your heart, don't try to lie. I'm like a brick to the face, wrapped in flowers and lace. I'm gonna be so nice, you are gonna have to think twice. I'm like a hurricane, gumdrop hail and cherry rain. I'm gonna be so kind, you are gonna have to change your mind. I'm as stubborn as an ox and I'm as angry as a bear. I will leave destruction in my wake and I won't even have a care. I will make the bad guys good and I will make the good guys better. I will save the world wearing a fluffy pink and sparkly sweater. I'm like a brick to the face, wrapped in flowers and lace. I'm gonna be so nice, you are gonna have to think twice. I'm like a hurricane, gumdrop hail and chariot rain. I'm gonna be so kind, you are gonna have to change your mind. I'm like a brick to the face, wrapped in flowers and lace. I'm gonna be so nice, you are gonna have to think twice. I'm like a hurricane, gumdrop hail and chariot rain. I'm gonna be so kind, you're gonna have to change your mind. I haven't sung that one for ages, which you can probably tell from the interesting tune in the second verse. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. It's been really nice to connect with people, even only via live chat on a live stream. Yeah, I'm gonna try and do another one of these relatively soon, because it's good for my brain, and I hope it's good for other people's brain to listen to some fun tunes or some depressing tunes. Yeah, and thank you to everyone who has gone and listened to the album. Thank you to people who have bought the album. It's really cool of you to do that. I hope you like it. It will be on Spotify soon. I will let people know when that is. Yeah, Mike's phone is definitely in here. It's very confusing. Anyway, and City of Sirens stuff is also happening in the background. It's happening slower than we'd like because of lockdown, obviously, but I've nearly finished writing all the songs, and I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to finish with the song I always finish with, which is not one of mine. This is a song by Lindisfarne. It's called Lady Eleanor. I recommend Lindisfarne. They're a great band, and also they're a great band to listen to and enjoy if you want to learn the guitar, because, like me, all of their songs have about 3 chords in them and are really easy to learn. So when I first started learning guitar properly, I played a lot of Lindisfarne songs, so this song is particularly special to me. Banshee playing magician, lying lotus on the floor, belly dancing beauty with her power-driven soul. Had my share of nightmares, didn't think I could take much more than in walked Rodricusha with the Lady Eleanor. She tied my hands with ribbon of a silky ghostly thread, and I gazed with troubled vision at an old four-poster bed, where Eleanor had risen to kiss the neck below my head, and bid me come along with her to the land of the dancing dead. But it's alright, Lady Eleanor. Alright, Lady Eleanor. I'm alright where I am. She gazed with loving beauty like a mother to her son, like living, dying, seeing, being all rolled into one. And then I heard the sound of music playing in my bones, the same old song I've heard for years, reminding me of home. But it's alright, Lady Eleanor. Alright, Lady Eleanor. I'm alright where I am. And then she came towards me, licking lips with tongues of fire, a host of golden demons screaming lust and base desire. And just when I was thinking that the screams couldn't get no higher, I heard a voice above the rest screaming, "You're a liar." But it's alright, Lady Eleanor. Alright, Lady Eleanor. I'm alright here in your arms. Thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to buy my album and maybe give it some love on Twitter or something. Oh, and if you like my shirt, Redbubble has it. And yes, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.